Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. A 35-foot Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue which was inaugurated by the Prime Minister in a place called Sindhudurg in Maharashtra, it collapsed. Boom. It collapsed. The question that I intend to ask tonight is our governance collapsing? Is our governance crumbling? That's what we talk about. Let's get right into the show. You see, long back in our B school, they used to tell us that there are two kinds of managers. One is a feel-good manager and one is a do-good manager. The feel-good manager is one who initiates 30 projects, who comes up some brilliant ideas, talks huge, talks big. Everything that he does, he initiates in 70 mm, large way. But most of the stuff that he initiates never gets concluded, or the execution of whatever he initiated is never good. So, feel-good managers at times are popular, but popular for a very short period of time. Their governance, their management, their popularity remains for a short period of time because when they start massively popular, and then the fault lines in their initiatives, the fault lines in their projects are seen, and soon the management, the company realizes that this particular manager, most of the stuff that has been initiated are not going to see the light of the day or is not going to conclude the way it's supposed to be concluded. That is feel-good managers. Do-good managers, on the other hand, doesn't shoot. They are not very popular. They are not the most they don't win popularity ratings. They are normally quiet. They normally are focused on what they do. And when they initiate a project, they put their heart, soul, blood and mind into the project. They involve experts in the project that they initiate, and they ensure that that project is completed and completed successfully. This is a do-good manager. Now, the problem with the do-good manager is, like I told you, he's not a popular person. He doesn't get, huge kudos and huge popularity ratings and all. He doesn't get. Normally, he's shy, he's quiet, because he is more focused on what he's doing. Now, this is the second type. So, the ideal manager, they say, is a combination of both, feel good and do good. That combination, they say, is the ideal manager, actually. ठीक है, चलो. That being said, let's talk about our country. Let's talk about certain decisions we have taken, certain major decisions that we have taken, and I want you to participate in this conversation. I want you to participate in this editorial. I want you to write your views. As to what you feel. Do we have a feel-good management or do we have a do-good management? You see, one of the first things that our government, Mr. Narendra Modi's government, and those days it was Mr. Narendra Modi's government, now it is NDA government. Those days it was Mr. Narendra Modi's government, not even a Bharatiya Janata Party's government. The first thing that Mr. Narendra Modi said is, I am going to get black money back. I am going to get black money back. What a good idea. He said, I will get back black money like this. He went on to say that, listen, you know what? If I get black money back, each of you all will get 15 lakhs in your bank. Well, he didn't mean that as you will get 15 lakhs in your bank. That is not what he meant. Let us understand that. But what he meant is, that's the kind of black money that is going to come back to India. That was the claim. Launch. Project 1. How did he launch this project? He launched this project, or he he planned to execute this project by calling for a demonetization.
देश को भ्रष्टाचार और काले धन रूपी दिमक से मुक्त कराने के लिए एक और सख्त कदम उठाना जरूरी हो गया है। आज मध्यरात्रि यानी 8 नवंबर 2016 की रात्रि को 12 बजे से वर्तमान में जारी 500 रुपए और 1000 रुपए के करेंसी नोट लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहेंगे। ये मुद्राएं कानूनन अमान्य होगी।
What happened in demonetization? Overnight you were told starting today 8 o'clock, 500 rupees, 1000 rupees will not work. Your monies will not work. You have to go exchange it to the nearest bank and exchange it. Hordes of people lining up outside banks. It was a disaster. It was a disaster where the Prime Minister himself was in tears. The Prime Minister himself was in tears. Acha, with all this, what happened? Huge hue and cry. Every person in the country was talking about Narendra Modi and demonetization. But end of the day, did money come back? Did black money come back? Did black money come back the way it was told? In fact, the amount of black money which came back was almost zero, insignificant. Nothing happened. No benefit. The problem was faced by people who were into small-time business, informal economy. People who would shop vendors, local vendors, cobblers, small vendors, small businesses, minuscule businesses. They got into trouble. They got into trouble because they dealt in cash. They got into trouble. So that was the Sri Ganeshaya Nama, as they call it, the first venture that this government did. Then, of course, we had the GST. The GST, even today, is breaking the backbone of MSME, and our government, our finance minister doesn't seem to be bothered about it. It is breaking the backbone of a MSME. You want to charge GST, charge it to the end customer. Why are you charging it through and through the line? Charge it to the end user. This is what a lot of us have been talking about. Look at the complication that it has arised. There were people who have committed suicide because of GST. But continued. The idea was, we are going to change the financial face of this country. We are going to change the way this country is working. We are going to ensure that we collect more taxes from people and, we develop this country. What really happened? What really happened? Then we had something called as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao.
बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, तभी तो भारत का भाग्य बदलेगा। अगर संसार चक्र को ठीक से चलाना है तो जितना सामर्थ्य और जितनी आवश्यकता पुरुष की है, उतना ही सामर्थ्य, उतनी आवश्यकता महिला की है।
Was something that was started with a lot of emotions. The daughter of this country needs to be protected and needs to progress. Educated. Superb. What a campaign. What happened? What happened was a person like Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, who is a MP of Bharatiya Janata Party, was alleged to have sexually assaulted wrestlers, women wrestlers. He was the chief of Wrestling Federation of India, and he was molesting wrestlers. What happened? He's still out. Nothing really has progressed there. He's still out. Ram Rahim Insan, that fellow from Haryana, he a convicted rapist, but he gets furlong at a drop of a hat. Bilkis Banu, I have spoken to you about. So much so for Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao. I have taken you through various of the programs that were launched. And what I am trying to tell you is what was and how it ended, or what is the status of that program currently. Now let us go into some details. I spoke to you about the Shivaji statue. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue, a 35-foot statue, collapsed, crumpled down. It was inaugurated last year by the Prime Minister. It crumpled down. Now they are saying that we will ask Navy to come and investigate. How could you build a statue and just it crumples down in 1 year? You spend money, you spend taxpayers' money on it. And more importantly, it was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj statue. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is revered not only in Maharashtra, he is revered across the country. You build a statue of somebody like that and it just crumples. Means that's the impetus you have given to the quality of that statue. Airports. According to Hindu Business Line, between 2019 and 2024, 11 cases of structural collapse and 10 of rainwater leakages across airports in India were seen. 11 cases of structural collapse and 10 cases of leakages in Indian airports. Vishwaguru, fastest growing economy, 4th largest GDP, 5th largest GDP and airport leak हो रहा है. Airport के अंदर छतरी लेके जाने का. Airport is leaking. There is structural collapse. You never know. Your roof may just come down. Why? Because AAI, that is Airport Authority of India, the civil work maintenance spends declined from 11.9% in financial year 21 to 8.5% in financial year 23. Money declined. Why? Because you have to give so much freebies, no? You have to give free ration, now you are giving free money, Meri Ladli Behna and Maji Ladki Bhain. All the money, where will it come from? Our basic infrastructure like airport and all, where people land and that is the first impression that you give of your country to the rest of the world, that airport is collapsing, that airport is leaking. Tell me where the governance is. Tell me where the governance is and tell me what are we thinking. When we talk about foreign direct investments, what are we thinking? The person who comes for foreign direct investments, when he walks into our airport is leaking, he has to hold an umbrella and stand. What impression is he taking of your country? Is it that simple? Aren't we thinking? Is there no brain that is actually putting all this together and telling the Prime Minister, advising the government, saying that, Baba, this is not right? Imagery is a very important factor when it comes to business. Okay. Let's go further. I've got a lot to talk, so I'm not going to spend more time on airports alone. Let's talk about Parliament. Parliament, they spent 971 crores, plong in the middle of COVID, when people were dying for oxygen. When oxygen cylinders were not available, that is when they spent 971 crores, Parliament building. New building should happen. Why new building should happen? That because Mr. Modi felt so. Prime Minister Modi wanted new building, so new building, Baba. 971 he spent. Now what happened? After spending 971 rupees, heavy rains in Delhi caused water leak into the lobby on the newly inaugurated Parliament building. There were dabbas kept, buckets kept inside the Parliament building because that was the leakage. Leakage after we spending 971 crores. Whose 971 crores? Your 971 crores. My 971 crores. Our 971 crores was just taken, spent and then things are leaking. So what can we do? Leaking, Baba. Building banaya na, inaugurate kiya na, wo shingle leke aaya na. You had solid television coverage, no? The whole world watched it, na? Okay, now it is leaking. Chalta hai. How does it matter? Is this how we want to run our country? Is this what governance is? Now the worst. Between June And July 2024, Bihar saw 12 bridges collapsed. In just a matter of 17 days, 12 bridges collapsed. Pluck, 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 pluck. You're not even talking about it. No media is talking about it. 12 bridges collapsed. What are you talking about? Tomorrow the bridge that you are traveling, your child is traveling, your family is traveling, that bridge could collapse for all you know. For all you know, this is again our money. The money that we tighten our belts to pay to the government as taxes. This is how your money is being wasted. And mind you, let us understand, each Indian or whoever is in India pays taxes. Because it is not just about direct taxes. It is not just about direct taxes. It's also about the GST that you pay. You pay GST for a pin. You pay GST for your life insurance. You pay GST for your medical insurance. You pay GST. And that money that is taken from your medicine ko paisa nahi hai, GST dena padta hai, but you take from that money and you make bridges which collapse. And the government says, oops, collapse hua kya? Put investigating team. Let's talk some more. Let's talk about Ram Mandir. Ram Mandir was opened with such fanfare. Every Hindu was proud. This is, at least according to a lot of BJP leaders, that was one of the biggest things BJP did. Now, I don't know what BJP exactly did for building the Ram Mandir, because it was, if I remember, the Supreme Court who passed the judgment to build Ram Mandir. But that being said, the Ram Mandir started leaking. Of course, reasons were given. There were reasons that given by the chairman of Ram Temple Construction Committee. According to the temple authorities, the dripping water was due to construction work on the upper level of the temple. This is what the temple authority says. The chairman said, hey, aisa kuch hua hi nahi hai. There was no water leakage. The chairman of the Ram Temple Construction Committee said that there was no water leakage. But the rainwater was coming down from pipes. Whatever. A brand new temple. The whole world was watching. It was supposed to be the biggest event. And it started leaking. Atal Setu. I have said this to you many a times. Atal Setu, the road leading to the Setu, it was cracked. The problem is that the Prime Minister should be answering for all of this. And I will tell you why the Prime Minister should be answering. Under normal circumstances, no, the Prime Minister need not answer. The Prime Minister need not answer under normal circumstances, because everything the Prime Minister cannot see, no. But in this case, the Prime Minister says that you are not voting for your local MP, you are voting for Narendra Modi, you are voting for me. You look at me and vote. You are voting to ensure I become the Prime Minister. He said, don't bother about others. It's all me. So now what happened? How is Atal Setu? How are there cracks in Atal Setu? Prime Minister, answer. How did the Ram Temple leak? Prime Minister, please answer. How did the airport collapse? Prime Minister, please answer. You said you are the one. You are the only one. You make everything happen. You are the Karta Dharta. You are the one. So please answer. Tell me, why is all this reeking? Why did our demonetisation fail? Why is our GST not doing well? Why is our trains meeting with accidents? Why is the temple leaking? Why is the airport leaking? Why did the bridge collapse? Why is almost everything that we are seeing around now collapsing? Why? What happened? What happened? I can go on and on. I can go on and on, and I can go on and on. We can talk about the coastal road. They say that the coastal road is showing leakage in the tunnel. The roof is showing leakage. Of course, Mr. Shinde, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, says no, he will look into the matter and correct it. But the point again is, what Chief Minister of Maharashtra, what PWD Minister? We will ask the Prime Minister, because it is ultimately Modi's guarantee. Why is it leaking? Why is it leaking? Now I want you to figure out. I want you to tell me. Do we have a feel-good management or do we have a do-good management? And if feel-good management continues, if such kind of management decision continues where we are just doing it so that we can stand in front of the train and inaugurate the train or go into that bridge and walk on that bridge, and if you are going to do just because it is going to be symbolic, it is going to be covered by television cameras, if you are going to do that, believe me, you will be doing more harm to our country than good. Our progress will not be in the direction that we want it to. Because tomorrow, that progress will crumple like our bridges. So you decide, write down in the comment box below, give me your opinion, let me know what you feel, let me know whether what I said made sense or it didn't. Please do let me know all of this. Till I see you next time, that's tomorrow at 10 p.m. Namaskar.
Stay ahead with our cutting-edge news app. Instantly access the latest shorts in just 1 minute and breaking news in just 50 words. Download now for a smarter, faster news experience.